Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SCA Relentless, the first ever. Tonight we have a crazy night full of action and announcements and news, and we also have a lot of debuts. We also have a brand new SCA commissioner, legendary indie wrestler Chuck Storm, making his debut here tonight, SCA Relentless. Tonight we also have the opening contest being Casey Graves taking on Sensational E, one half of Zest Fest. This is going to be a one-on-one match. I'm very excited to see what happens there. Then we also have Devon Black versus Donovan Dyer, two upcoming rookies from the Catchpoint division making their debut tonight on SCA Relentless, hearing the show what technical wrestling is all about. But I also have heard a rumor today that Chuck Storm is going to be announcing something related to Catchpoint that will be coming out soon momentarily. I can't wait to see that. We also have Ahmed Kong in action tonight. I wonder who he's going to kill. We also have Zest Fest Tyler Sparks versus Jordon Gunner, one half of the SCA World Tag Team Champions, and there will be those Gunner and Grace will defend the SCA World Tag Team Championships out on September 24th to Pray for Peace. And here we go. We have the natural Leigh Anderson, SC's biggest signee in SCA history, taking on another debuting talent, Mason Briggs, who showed up at SCA Full Circle in the Michael Page-Johnny Rolando Open Challenge match, assisting Michael Page get the victory over Johnny Rolando. But naturally, Anderson, I'm very excited to see what he brings to the ring. It's been years and years that he's been negotiating a contract. Now is the time. He's in our main event tonight. Oh, and here comes Chuck Storm. Legendary indie wrestler is now the new SCA commission. I'm very excited to see what he has to say here tonight.
Ooh! Now I know some of y'all been wondering who in the blue house is this shiny looking cowboy strutting around SCA like he owned the place. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chuck Stone, the old school outlaw, the rhinestone wrangler, the locker room lawman, and I am your brand spanking new SCA commissioner. Now, I may not have held any world titles with 5 real-world billion-dollar logos, but from Florida armories to dusty Dallas barns, I've bled, I've brawled, and I've won the respect of every man who's ever laced a pair of boots. I've wrestled legends, I've raised hell, I've even sold merch out the trunk of my El Camino. But I ain't never turned my back on this business. And now that SCA has handled me to the keys, I ain't letting no one run it off the road. So here's the deal, slick talkers and the rough walkers. No more sneak attacks, no more politics, and no more whining for title shots. You want something in this company, you earn it. Now let's talk about Pray for Peace live on September 24th. Because this ain't no pay-per-view. This is where lines get drawn, legacies get made, and we find out who's real and who's just barking. Let's kick it off with some real wrestling. The kind that don't need no tables or ladders, just holds sweat and pride. And that's why yours truly, I'm officially announcing the start of the SCA Catchpoint Championship Tournament. You want to call yourself the best technical wrestler in this company? You got to prove it in that ring under Catchpoint rules. And after what we've seen the past few weeks, jumping folks after matches, sneaker tags backstage, so I'm making this official. The SCA Tag Team Championship match between Jordon Gunner, Casey Graves, and Zest Fest, that ain't just a tag match anymore, no. It is now a no disqualification elimination style tornado tag. no countdowns, no rules. Both members must be pinned or submitted. Let's see who really wants to win the gold. Tyler Sparks is one of the hungriest young guns in SCA, and he'll take on the cold-blooded strategist, that sniper himself, Jordon Gunner. And tonight, you get to see two young blood talent in the Catchpoint Championship Tournament making their debut tonight. Donovan Dyer versus Devon Black. Two men ready to tear each other apart just to advance in the Catchpoint Tournament. I expect a clinic and a car crash. Now Casey Graves is going to be taking on Sensational E, one half of Zest Fest, and some exciting action here tonight. But allow me to talk about the main event of SCA Relentless. We got big old bad Mason Briggs versus the old natty daddy buff Leigh Anderson. We got ourselves the showdown. I'm calling the big people. With our monsters, this Mason Briggs will go head to head with our biggest signing in history. The Chizzo legend himself, the all natty big buff daddy, Leigh Anderson. I'm not done talking about Pray for Peace. I'm here on business. Speaking of business, I'm making it official. Ahmed Kong, the big bad booty daddy, will go on a one-on-one on our Pray for Peace against the Samoan savage himself, Leati, Senoa. Two forces of nature, one ring. This ain't a fight, folks. It's a battle for the jungle crown. Who is the true king of the jungle? We find out September 24th. Also, we'll be saying goodbye to a SCA legend, Scott Rhyming, as he takes on that coochie clown Kutter. It's a match that's bigger than wins and losses. It's about closure, and it's about legacy. At Pray for Peace, the legend Scott Ryder will have his final match in a casket match against a man who refused to let him go out in peace, Kutter. I don't know if he'll beat Kenna's last ride too, but I do know when that casket closes, it'll be the last time we ever see Scott ride in an SCA ring. That means something. And finally, let me talk to you about your Prayer for Peace main event. We've had King Kai running rampant, being a menace in SCA, both backstage and right here in this ring. So allow me to let you know that Prince P specifically requested this match. It will be Jacob Jordan versus King Kai versus Prince P for the SCE World Championship and a triple threat championship match. 3 men, 3 egos, 1 prize. And let me tell you all something, Kai, you might think you're earned your way in that cheap shy full circles, but let's be real. You're in that match because Prince King demanded it. Not because you earned it. Not because you deserve it. But because P wants to shut you walk in front of the world, and I just want to see it happen. So buckle your seatbelts, folks. Grease up your boots and hold on to your bandanas. Because Pray for Peace is coming in hot like a Texas sunrise. And I, Chuck Storm, am riding shotgun to make sure that the best rise, the worst fall, and his company stays superior. Welcome to SCA Relentless.
Words from our new SCA Commissioner, Chuck Storm. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to him, the living legend himself, the Lone Star Cowboy, Chuck Storm. Big news tonight. We just announced a Catchpoint Championship Tournament. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see that. That's going to take place over the course of a couple nights, and the finals will take place at Pray for Peace. As stated earlier, we have Casey Graves versus Sensational E. And let's get on with the action here, the opening contest of SCA. Sensational E picked up the win at SCA Full Circle against one of the members of Sky High Society in the Triple Threat Tornado Tag, earning him and his partner Tyler Sparks of Zest Fest #1 contendership for the SCA World Tag Team Championships at Pray for Peace against Gunner and Graves for the SCA World Tag Team Championships. Sensational E, a phenomenal athlete on his own, started off as a singles competitor. Him himself is a former SCA Chaos Champion. I believe he was the first ever Chaos Champion. And he's taken on former SCA World Champion Casey Graves, one half of the SCA World Tag Team Champions, and we'll see his tag team partner join Gunner in action later here tonight. Very excited to see how these competitors face off in a one-on-one match, seeing as I don't think these two had a one-on-one match. Oh my god! Casey Graves just laid out sensationally in his entrance. We'll be right back, folks. We are back live with SCA Relentless, and Casey Graves starting off strong, but gets caught with a kick by Sensational E, in vintage Sensational E, giving a little bit of flair to that move. Some good classic collar and elbow tie-up here. Graves gets the better of it with a wrist lock. Graves, I don't know if you guys saw it, but before the break, Sensational E was making his entrance, and Graves got the upper hand, as he just did there with the right hand to the dome piece of Sensational E. Sensational E in the corner. Graves was stomping and running his face against the ropes. You know, it got a little bit of rope burn. We don't have cables. We have real wrestling ropes. Wrestling ring. Drives with a series of hands and a back breaker and a clothesline to the back and the neck for good measure. Nice elbow drop by Graves. Graves and E exchanging stripes. Nice uppercut by Casey Graves. Graves is losing his mind here. Known for his temper and violent tendencies is Casey Graves. So far he's doing so good against Sensational Lee's solo, but giving some right hands to Sensational Lee's face, the money maker. Sensational Lee counters some punches of his own. Sensational Lee moving up to the middle rope, and the same move he used to win the #1 Contenders match at Full Circle only gets him a half of 1 count against Casey Graves. Another punch by Casey Graves. You'll see that a lot in this match. Casey Graves using his right hand, elbows, kicks, knees, everything he can in his arsenal to take out Sensational Lee. Despite appearances, folks, Sensational Lee is a hell of a competitor and a hell of an athlete, and he can put up a pretty good fight in the ring. He's earned a lot of the respect of SCA fans and wrestlers in the backstage as he counters a knee drop by Casey Graves, and Casey Graves versus some sort of punch hits him right in the stomach, has him up in a nice classic wrestling remover of a scoop slam. And here comes another knee drop, and he misses it. Casey Graves has a bad history of knee problems, and before, it actually cost him his first SCA World Championship when he busted his knee up. But he's not using his knee, just used another right hand to the face of Sensational Lee. He's calling for something. You see the voices in his head are talking to him, and he drops an elbow around Sensational Lee. Sensational Lee with a nice kick to the head from the grounded position, possibly playing possum to Casey Graves. Sensational Lee has now slowed down the match to his liking. He runs off the ropes, speeds it up, misses the drop kick, gets caught with another punch from Casey Graves. On the ropes now. This can't be good. A slingshot suplex by Casey Graves takes down Sensational Lee, going for the pin. 1, 2, And a kick out. A very close 2 count this early on in the match. Like I said earlier, later in tonight, we will have Jordon Gunner, the other half of the SCA Attacking Champions. Briggs has an impaler DDT going for the pin. And a kick out by Sensational E. Jordon Gunner will take on the other half of Zest Fest and Tyler Sparks. What's going on here? Briggs is distracted by something. Goes for the European uppercut and gets a hit. It's all over. 2 kick out. Perhaps mind games from Tyler Sparks. After they won their match at Full Circle in the Triple Threat Tornado Tag, Gunner and Graves jumped them from behind, both members of Zest Fest. And so they want to get a little bit of payback here tonight. Imagine the momentum going into their tag team match, knowing that Sensational E and Tyler Sparks can both get a victory over the tag team champions. And he gets caught up in the ropes by Graves, and Graves with the double foot stomp misses, gets caught with a kick. Sensationally going up to the top rope. The same move that won him the match at Full Circle, he's going for the pin. The sensational splash does not get a 1 count by Casey Graves, a former SCA World Champion and very tough in his own right. And a face buster by Sensational E. Sensationally setting up for something. And a sensational poison Rana. He hits it. This is all over. 1, 2, and a third. Oh! Graves was able to get the shoulder up just in the nick of time for Sensational E. Sensationally calling him back up to his feet. Going for something. Gets caught. He gets caught with a jab. Graves is fighting out with a headlock. And a DDT by Graves to Sensational E. 2 men who have been with SCA the longest. Debuting in the debut year of SCA back in 2018. Graves is a multiple-time world champion. Sensational E has yet to receive the opportunity, but he's a multiple-time Chaos champion and former tag team champion with Tyler Sparks as he gets an elbow across the face by Casey Graves. Graves is very calculating what he does, but he's very quick to his feet, and he gets caught with a spear for his troubles of fighting back. Every time Sensationally makes a comeback, Graves just shuts it down. Any chance of hope by Sensationally gets cut down by Graves as he drops the forearm and the fist right in the face of Sensationally in the 2 count. Sensationally only get in the 2. Sensationally is rolling to the apron. Graves is calling him back in 2. Going for a spear, gets caught with a knee. Sensationally over the top rope. Collar and elbow tie up, and wait a minute. Another forearm to the face of Sensationally. Oh no. Graves is calling for the curb stomp. No way. 1, 2. So, only a 2 count by Casey Graves. I was sure that stomp was going to put Sensationally out of his misery tonight. I wish Steven was here to see this, but he's overseas in high waters, so he's not able to join me here tonight. So tonight I am your host, Court Marshall. And what a mess so far as Casey Graves gets drop-kicked outside the ring onto the floor right by our announce table. Sensational E is inside the ring. Casey Graves is being counted out by a senior official, a referee. Sensationally breaks the count. Oh, that's going to backfire on him big time. Gets caught by Graves and... Oh my God! Believes Sensationally is bleeding. Wait a minute, this can't be good. A powerbomb on the outside of the ring cannot be good for one's health. Wait a minute. Oh my God! On our announce table, Casey Graves just powerbombed him. And not another one, please. Please, you're going to knock us off the air in our first debut show of SCA Relentless. my God, on the ring post. Oh, this guy. He used to be a light in the darkness of SCA. He used to be one of the good guys, but what's happened to Casey Graves? He's let the violence tendencies taking over, and he's 7 down by the referee, and he's going for another power bomb, this time on the guardrail. Oh my God. The referee's on a count of 9, and Graves is back in the ring. And a 10 count. Your winner is Casey Graves via count out. What a coward. Here's some replay from earlier in the match. Scraping the face against the rope. Just a heavy hitter, Casey Graves is, and sensationally trying to do what he could, trying to pull out some tricks out of the old hat. Gets caught with a slingshot suplex. This is when I thought the match was all over. After that distraction by possibly Tyler Sparks, we don't know. Allegations. And he planted him with a DDT, dropping him on the back of his head. I thought that would have been the theory, but no, sensationally very resilient. There's another neck breaker by Casey Graves. This could have been it easily as well. So many near falls. Sensationally pulling out the trick that won him their no more contendership at Full Circle. Not able to get it. And then there's the power bomb to the guardrail. That just won Casey Graves the match. And I think we're going in some medical out here, folks. I believe I saw the referee throw up the X sign during the replays here. I believe Casey Graves, that's potentially injured sensationally ahead of their tag team championship match at Pray for Peace September 24th. Brutal, slow motion. I mean, you got to think the ribs, the back, the neck are all affected with that kind of maneuver on the steel guardrail. I hope Casey Graves is proud of himself. Hopefully Jordon Gunner can possibly accomplish the same fate as Casey Graves and win his match against Tyler Sparks. Yeah, there is medical now with Sensational E being carried. Well, at least he's able to walk out of his own free will. You gotta wonder, how is Sensational E gonna go into the tag team championship match at Pray for Peace?
Catchpoint Wrestling, where precision, control, and skill define greatness. Every match, every hold, every counter matters. There are no shortcuts, no politics, just pure wrestling. 16 elite competitors representing every style of grappling and submission combat step onto the mat with one goal: to prove they are the best technical wrestler in the world. Over 2 nights, the field will be reduced until only 2 remain. Who has the discipline? Who has the technique? Who will stand as the standard bearer of Catchpoint Wrestling? At Pray for Peace, history will be made when the inaugural SCA Catchpoint Champion is crowned. This is the SCA Catchpoint Championship Tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm Court Marshall, and that was the official promo package of the Catchpoint Championship Tournament, which both of these men, Devon Black and Donovan Dyer, are going to be in. Tonight they are jockeying for position in the tournament. Devon Black and Donovan Dyer making their debuts, and these two are very young athletic men, but been making a killing out in the indies. Out comes Donovan Dyer. Donovan Dyer is a very rugged individual. Known for his technical and high-flying abilities, he's prone to using springboards and high-flying athletic maneuvers. But when he comes down to being part of the Catchpoint Tournament, I mean, you gotta think a Catchpoint rules match usually doesn't include ropes. So the high-flying ability goes out the window. So then he goes down to the ground and pound technical offense that he typically is known for as well. Very gifted young athlete here, Donovan Dyer. Very excited for this match. These two are going to put on a wrestling clinic, I just have a feeling. These two men are debuting here tonight to be a bit of a showcase for the Catchpoint Tournament. I mean, you got to think we have these two men, slim and small in stature, and you have the beast like Michael Page, who entered himself in the tournament after winning against Johnny Rolando in an open challenge match at Full Circle, where Mason Briggs will be competing in our main event, cost Johnny Rolando, which I was able to get word with Johnny Rolando earlier today, and we'll see that later on in the night. We'll see what happened. I'm very excited to see this match. Donovan Dyer has had an abundance of 5-star matches, in my opinion, out on the independent scene. But so is this guy, Devon Black. Only a couple years into the business, and he's already made it here in the SCA. SCA Commissioner Chuck Storm announced earlier tonight that we will have a Catchpoint Championship Tournament where the finals will commence at the Pray for Peace pay-per-view, September 24th. Can Devon Black or Donovan Dyer become your first ever Catchpoint champion? We'll find out. We also have heard, we finally have confirmation that Ethan Shatino will be making his debut in the Catchpoint Tournament. He's a former mixed martial arts and boxing heavyweight champion. Has dropped a lot of weight to compete here in the Catchpoint Tournament. This is Devon Black, clear fan of metalcore, as you can see in the Asking Alexandria shirt coming out to the music. Interesting haircut though. I don't know if I would have come out with my hair looking like that. Shout out to 2008's emo. Both of these men are going to have a lot to prove here tonight against the for the SCA audience here at Relentless in the first ever. This is Relentless 101. Oh, these guys do not like this guy, but I'm telling you, give them a chance and they will blow your mind and take your breath away with what these guys can do in the ring together. Very excited to see both of these men compete in the SCA Catchpoint Championship Tournament, as they bring a lot to the table with lots of different personalities and fighting styles in the Catchpoint Tournament. Let's get this matchup underway. Collar and elbow tie-up, starting it up, showcasing what Catchpoint is all about, and gets driven by Donovan Dyer to the ground. Devon Black does. Devon Black is to your right, Donovan Dyer's to your left. Devon Black, a little bit more power on that, bringing them to the ropes. Clear sportsmanship here between these two, and a flying clothesline by Donovan Dyer. Springboard leg drop. Oh my God. Going already to the top rope. I mentioned earlier during his entrance, he likes to be a bit of a high risk taker and a high flyer, using springboards in the top rope to his advantage, but Devon Black taking him down to the mat face first for the face buster. And only a 1 count first pinfall of the match. Devon Black is not getting the warm reception from SCA Relentless crowd. As he drops a super kick on Donovan Dyer, I can clearly see who has a bit more of an ego or attitude going into this match here. Using the ropes to his advantage and stomping in the chest of Donovan Dyer. Wow, that cockiness and arrogance of this young athlete. Hopefully, Donovan Dyer is able to knock the taste out of his mouth and maybe humble him a little bit before going into such a legitimate tournament coming up with the Catchpoint Championship Tournament. Oh boy, there it is. Getting some nice limb work here. Donovan Dyer in the corner calling for something. Waking Devon back up to his feet. He's got him by the hair. Wait a minute. Not something we typically see here in Catchpoint, but my spidey senses are tingling. I believe we are about to see a springboard dive by Donovan Dyer. Off the ropes, and here we go, and diving Black. Such little experience compared to Donovan Dyer, was able to counter a dive and hit a karate kick off the top rope using a springboard to get a 1 count. What a move by Devon Black. Devon Black only being in the business for only a couple of years, showing such experience here in the squared circle against Donovan Dyer. Has been doing it a little bit longer, about 5 years I heard. Nice enziguri by Devon Black. Shout out to Antonio Noki. Working on the legs now, Devon Black. Imagine if these two men were to put on the hell of a match, only for one of them to be injured in the tournament, and Donovan dodges the super kick, gets caught with another kick for his troubles. Wait a minute, what is this? And he gets caught with a drop kick. What a maneuver by Donovan Dyer, using the ropes to assist him in a springboard drop kick. Stomps the face of Devon Black. Donovan Dyer going for, what a maneuver, a prompt handle slam. Going for the pin. And a kick out by Devon Black. Both of these men want to show what they can do before the Catchpoint Championship Tournament. They want to show what they can do. They want to be noticed and possibly become the first ever Catchpoint champion here in SCA history. As we crown the champion in the finals at Pray for Peace, September 24th. Devon Black's fighting out of whatever Donovan Dyer had in the imbibe. He's got to shout. Dodges an elbow. Off the ropes. Leapfrog. And another elbow knocking Devon down. Donovan Dyer going back to where he feels the most comfortable on the middle rope. Drops the knee but misses it. And a neck breaker. Decides the mountain, drove a forearm to the spine of Donovan Dyer, but Donovan Dyer's still in this, kicking Devon Black off. And another flying clothesline. The fans are turning around on these two, not really having known them. These two men are putting their bodies on the line and getting the most out of each other. And wait a minute, a fisherman suplex by Devon Black. Going for the pin. 1, 2... And a kick out by Devon Black. By Donovan Dyer, excuse me. Devon Black is now on the top rope. Donovan Dyer, can he do something about it? And he does. He knocks him off the top rope. Being on the top rope or using springboards is just not a thing in Catchpoint wrestling. Now, as you can see, this is not a Catchpoint rules match, but you have to imagine the winner is going to have momentum, and he hits a Rainmaker clothesline by Donovan Dyer, going for the pin. 2 and a 2 count by Donovan Dyer. Wow, what a match. Devon reversed it. Wait a minute. He calls this black magic. He's going for the pin. It's all over. 2 and only a 2 count by Devon Black. Donovan Dyer able to get the shoulder up. Tough, you hear it here first. The folks here at SCA Relentless and the audience are chanting, "Fight forever." Oh, wait a minute. We saw it from Donovan earlier. Now we're seeing it from Devon. We're going to see it. Devon and a suicide dive. Despite the attitude, Devon Black is really impressing me here tonight. What athleticism from this young man. Back in the ring we go. Up on the top rope. And what are we going to see? A Phoenix splash, and he hits it. Can't do that in the Catchpoint rules match. 1, 2. That was a 3. How is that not a 3 count? Devon Black agrees with me. He's going after the referee. Now he's going back up to the top. Showboating to the fans, and now they remember they don't like this guy. And a splash from across the ring. He hits it. 1, 2, and a kick out. Oh my goodness. Both of these men want to prove themselves in this tournament. Military press by Donovan Dyer. Drops him right into the gut, right into the knees. 1, 2, and only a 2 count by Donovan Dyer. Devon Black able to kick out. Dyer now stalking Devon. Gets countered with an elbow to the face. Irish whip and a power slam by Donovan. Wait a minute. A camera going knee to the face of Devon Black and a casket drop off the middle rope. It's gotta be it, folks. Donovan's hauling up for the end, has him in a carry. Tree of Woes slams him down. Picking him right back up. Devon Black fighting out of it. Into the corner. Dyer fighting out of the corner. Float over neckbreaker by Donovan. Not going for the pin. Could be a mistake. Going up on the middle rope. Calling up for something. And a nice classic springboard drop kick. What a drop kick that was from the middle rope. But I think it's calling for the end. What is this? Oh my God! It's all over. 1, 2, 3. Again, Devon Black kicks out. How does he keep doing this? I hope he brings this resilience in the tournament and gets caught with a high knee by Donovan Dyer. Springboard, goes for the dropkick again, misses it, another Black Magic, and I believe he is busted wide open too. Donovan Dyer just kicked out of a Black Magic that caught his head and busting him open. Devon Black doesn't know what to do, but Dyer is crawling to the ropes, getting back up to his feet with the assistant. It's caught right in the right hand. Yeah, that cut's wide open, folks. I don't know if you can see it very well. Donovan Dyer has Black in the corner, and again, exchange of reversals. And this is dangerous, folks. Donovan is on the top rope. Devon Black going for... He's calling for the end, and a knee strike by Donovan Dyer. He's dragging him away from the ropes so he can't get a rope break, and Dyer goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Donovan cannot pin Devon Black. Going to the corner again. Is this going to do it? 2, 1. Let's go. And he hits the Claymore. It's all over. 1, 2. He's able to grab the ropes. He's not going to be able to do that in the tournament. There are no ropes. Donovan Dyer cannot pin Devon Black. Devon has got a rope break. 2 incredible maneuvers. Wait a minute. Devon's back up to his feet. Going for another fisherman suplex. Wait a minute. Dyer rolled him up. He countered the fisherman. 2, 3. Donovan Dyer just stole the match from Devon Black. He was able to finally roll him up. Extending the hand, Donovan Dyer. Come on, kid. Devon Black accepts the hand. What an incredible match between these two. You will find them in the Catchpoint Championship Tournament coming up soon. Up next, we have Ahmed Kong in action tonight. Full circle, he killed Ray Jules. Who is he going to kill and demolish tonight? We also received word from Commissioner Chuck Storm that Ahmed Kong is officially going to be taking on Leati Senoa. Pray for Peace, September 24th. I'm very excited to see that. That is going to be one of the sleeper matches of that card, Pray for Peace. But earlier today, Ahmed Kong is now bringing in a manager, an outside third-party force. known as Money Malcolm Okoye. Malcolm had some words earlier tonight. We're going to see what he said backstage momentarily between him and Ahmed Kong, talking about Leati Senoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a long, hard look at the man standing beside me. This isn't just a wrestler. This isn't just a fighter. This is Ahmed Kong, the man who doesn't just win matches. He ends careers. You saw what happened at Full Circle. Ray Jules didn't just lose, he was devoured. That wasn't a match, that was a warning. And Leati Senoa, I saw you step onto that stage. I saw you staring down this monster. That was your first mistake. Because when you look at Kang, you don't see an opportunity, you see your end. This man doesn't train for wins, he trains for destruction. Every opponent becomes a name on his wall. Everybody becomes a victim of his rage. Senoa, pray for peace isn't going to be your big comeback moment. Pray for peace. Nah, pray for mercy. Because he won't give you any. You're going to witness the rise of Ahmed Kong as the most feared force this industry has ever seen.
What a man Ahmed Kong is. That was earlier today. Big Money Malcolm. And who is this? This is Koji Sakamoto from Japan, making his SCA debut here tonight. Phenomenal young athlete out of Japan, fighting and competing in multiple tournaments over there. He would be a great fit for Catchpoint. Unfortunately, I don't believe he's going to be in the tournament. I think it's for good reason. Whoever booked this match must have a grudge against Japan. Because who puts a smaller competitor against Ahmed Kong? This poor guy. I hope he has good health insurance. Barely comes up over the top rope. Ahmed Kong, standing outside the ring, almost comes up to the middle rope. This is not going to be good. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a squash, and this is going to be a burial. Don't get used to seeing Koji, folks. Ahmed Kong playing with his food. Big right hand and a kick by Ahmed Kong. Oh, here we go. Double axe handle to the back. German suplex by Big Kong. I'd see Money Malcolm outside the ring directing Ahmed Kong. What's setting up for? Oh dear God. Oh, that chop. Wait a minute. Oh man! Using all of that weight on Koji's small frame, and here we go. We saw this at Full Circle. Just picking him up by his head, slamming him on the mat like he weighs nothing, and pounding in his face with those big, heavy meatball hands. Again, slamming Koji down like he weighs nothing. Money Malcolm was directing traffic, yelling at the referee to pay attention to his monster Ahmed Kong. I wonder how that partnership got started. Ahmed Kong's off the middle rope with a big splash. The referee's still distracted by the Malcolm's actions. Good done. Surely this can't go on much longer. Steve, in fact, would be losing his mind right now as Ahmed Kong hits a gonzo bomb. Does not go for the cover, and this is a monster of a man. I would not want to be a wrestler competing against athletes like this one. Chuck Storm announced that it will be Ahmed Kong versus Leati Senoa at Pray for Peace September 24th, and a big scoop slam by Ahmed Kong. I really doubt Ahmed Kong's be able to do that to Leati as he hits a splash. Again, not going for the pin, playing with his food. Why won't he end this match, this poor guy? Welcome to America, Corey G. Going for the pin. It's all over. 1, 2, and 3. Ahmed Kong wins this match in dominating fashion. I don't even think Corgi was able to get one offensive maneuver into this match. But I don't think Ahmed Kong cares. Impressive maneuver here. We have not seen this before. Him using that body weight on Corgi Sakamoto. And a Gonzo bomb. We have seen this before. And a big splash. That's how we beat Andre King at last. And the two-handed choke bomb. Picking up from where yet again. Ahmed Kong is undefeated in SCA. A bright future ahead of him. I'm sure he's working his way up to the World Championship match in the division. Ahmed Kong looking very, very impressive. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's Leati Senoa again. He came out and was taunting Ahmed Kong at full circle on the stage, but wait a minute, Ahmed Kong is finally going to him. Referee, I would not try to get in the way of these two men. We are on a collision course of beef. Exchanging words. I wonder if they can understand each other. And a big right hand, they can understand that for sure. Exchanging of strikes between Leati and Ahmed Kong. We have more referees and officials coming out here to stop this mayhem. And Leati breaks free. All hell's breaking loose, folks. But we'll be right back after this break.
You know, when I walked out there at Full Circle and answered Michael Page's open challenge, I knew exactly what I was getting into. And Page is one of the toughest guys in SCA. No doubt about that. But I wanted to prove to myself and to everybody watching that Johnny Rolando belongs in that ring, in that spotlight, going toe-to-toe with the best. And I was this close to doing it, until Will Dingle decided to stick his nose where it didn't belong. Well, I get it. You got your little henchman now. You got muscle to back you up. You think you're untouchable. But you didn't just cost me a win. You tried to end me. You went after my knee. You tried to take away what I love and what I live for. That steel chair wasn't making the statement. It was trying to end my career before it even takes off. And yeah, the docs are saying I'm out for pay for peace. So you got what you wanted for now. But hear me out, Dingle. When I'm cleared, when this knee is healed, I'm coming for you. I don't care if it's here, there, in the street, in the ring. I'm putting you down. You tried to make me a victim, but you know, when I come back, I'm gonna be your nightmare.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live at SCA Relentless. That was earlier today when Johnny Rolando was attacked backstage by Mason Briggs. He'll be in our main event tonight. But coming up next, we have the Sensational News tagging partner, other member of Zest Fest, Tyler Sparks, versus on one half of the SCA World Tag Team Champions, the Jordon Gunner. I've been looking forward to this match for a while now. Tyler Sparks is... he has a selfie stick. I haven't seen one of those in a little bit. Tyler Sparks is on the phone right now with Sensational Aid as he's in the medical facility after the vicious attack by Casey Graves earlier tonight in the opening contest. Sensationally, we will have medical updates throughout the show possibly, but Sensationally is currently in a medical facility, and Sensationally, we wish you well soon. You gotta think, what's gonna happen at Pray for Peace when it's Tyler Sparks and Sensationally versus Gutter and Grace? I mean, Sensationally could be out, but Tyler Sparks has earned himself a tag team championship match. As we found out earlier tonight from Chopstorm, the new SCA commissioner, he has stated that it's going to be a tornado tag, no disqualification, elimination style tornado tag, meaning that both members of both teams have to be pinned. So it's not first fall to a finish, but tonight it is between Tyler Sparks and Jordon Gunner. Tyler Sparks is saying goodbye to Sensation Lee as before he steps into bringing Jordon Gunner, a former multi-time world champion. Jordon Gunner has done it all in the wrestling industry. He's one of the founders of SCA. I don't believe these two men have ever competed before against one another in one-on-one action. Jordon Gunner and Casey Graves attacking Zest Fest after their match at Full Circle in the Triple Threat Tornado Tag. Gunner and Graves, very vindictive bastards. Gunner has corrupted Casey Graves. Both of those men are arch nemesis. I mean, Batman then Joker, if you will. Superman then Lex Luthor. Gunner has failed to bring Casey Graves to the dark side, so to speak, and have him under his will. He became a World Tag Team Champion with him. And they will defend the Tag Team Championships at Pray for Peace, September 24th. Casey Graves is able to get to a win over Sensational E early tonight, is going to be able to do the same thing against Tyler Sparks. Chuck Storm named Tyler Sparks by name, saying he was one of the young guns and young blood of SCA. Hopefully he has a hell of a future here. Jordon Gunner, the strategist, he lives by the motto, strategy is key. He is one of the most gifted professional wrestlers I have ever seen in the professional wrestling ring. But he just seems he can't get his own head out of his own ass. I mean, he's always been a cocky, arrogant son of a bitch since as long as I've known him. I've known him going on about 10 years now. He's gone everywhere and he's won championship after championship. It's night. He's going one-on-one against Tyler Sparks. Tyler Sparks looks ready, but he looks not all there. You gotta think, what's eating away at him? I mean, possibly he's going to attack the Jameson that alone. Because essentially he's in the medical facility. We joked a lot about Tyler Sparks being flamboyant and girly, you know, and a little feminine, but look at that, a strategic roll-up pin by Tyler Sparks and almost getting a 2 count. Tyler Sparks, despite his appearance, despite his personality, despite what you may think about him, he can go into the ring. He does not let its simplicity get in the way. A pure athletic competition, but he does get suplexed by Jordon Gunner, and a nice elbow drop to follow up with that. Jordon Gunner has put on multiple 5-star matches, and he's also known to have everybody's best match against him. Hopefully that can be said today against Tyler Sparks as he hits a moonsault. Jenner, very showboaty in his own way, just not as much flair as Tyler Sparks. Gunner's still on offense, but Tyler Sparks on defense and hits a high kick and drops a leg drop, hitting the splits. And then hitting only not even a 1 count. My God. Gunner fighting out of it. And a nightmare that almost looked like he was going for a checkmate, but slacking out Tyler Sparks. And look at this arrogant SOB. Jordon Gunner has done it all in SCA, and now he's finally World Tag Team Champion with Casey Graves, his former arch nemesis, now turned, I'm going to assume, best friend? And a flying head scissors by Tyler Sparks. The glitz and glamour do not get the way of Tyler Sparks being a hell of a wrestler. Dropped down in a leapfrog. Earlier, he played mind games with Casey Graves, allegedly, allegations, against Casey Graves, but Casey Graves failed to pick up the win. Hopefully Tyler Sparks can do it, and they'll be 1-1. And a Hurricane Rana, and a pin. Hook in the leg. Oh, Gunner rolls up. 1, 2. Tyler Sparks back on top. 1, 2. Got her back on top. 1. Tyler Sparks. Oh, I'm going to kick out my Gunner. Both of these men. I mean, there's no secret. Tyler Sparks is part of a community that I don't think Gunner is a part of. And historically in professional wrestling, you have a bad reputation. Previously in the world wrestling, world of wrestling, Tyler Sparks is not completely fancy backstage by most men in the locker room. So you can see where Gordon may be a little bit on the offended side of what Tyler Sparks is doing to him, and put some placements of body parts as he hits a cartwheel on Tyler Sparks. and dropping the knee onto the mat and cranking the neck. He is cranking the knob of Tyler Sparks, and a fireman's carry takedown by Sparks in a right hand and a gut kick. Wait a minute, what is this I was saying earlier? Oh my God. Using everybody's prejudices against them. Not saying Gunner's prejudice, but I mean, you wouldn't want that happening to you now, would you? Off the ropes. Another head scissors by Tyler Sparks, going her back up to his feet. Wait a minute. And a neck breaker. Going for the pin. 1, 2. I believe she calls that the Snapchatter neck breaker. Sensation. Excuse me, Tyler Sparks going up to the top rope. Wait a minute, what's he doing? What's he setting up for? And a splash, the sensational splash. Shout out to Sensational E, but he gets caught with a Canadian kick. German suplex. 1, 2, and a kick out by Tyler Sparks. What a match so far, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Court Marshall. This is the first ever SCA Relentless on YouTube, and I'm back suplexed by Gunner. Hard-hitting, heavy action. This isn't even the main event. That's coming up next with Leigh Anderson versus the Mason Briggs, but Gunner gets caught with the rolling on Pretty Her. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out by Jordon Gunner. Charlie Sparks not knowing how to put away Gunner, and Gunner is one of the most resilient wrestlers I've ever seen. Charlie Sparks using his body weight on Gunner. Just like in the Donovan Dyer Devon Black match, the fans are chanting "Fight Forever," but unfortunately, we do have a time frame, and Gunner's fighting back off the ropes. Some nice chop. Oh my God! I handspring, back elbow, and Gunner again with the cartwheel. Nothing will ever stop Jordon Gunner from busting out a ton. He has to get this started. Here we go. Wait a minute. Sparks is on the apron. Gunner's inside the ring. And a superplex from the middle rope from the apron. Falcon Arrow. Gunner with a springboard body splash going for the pin. 1, 2. Connor's getting his shit in no matter what on this show here tonight, folks. Stomping the face of Tyler Sparks, the money maker. Stomping his face. How is she supposed to make another edition of Zest in the City? She's driving the knees into the chest cavity of Tyler Sparks. Good God. Fireman's carry. Wait a minute. Another roll up. This could be 1, only a 1 count. Both men back up to their feet. And a check made by Jordon Gunner. This one is going in the history books. 1, 2, 6. Tyler Sparks kicked out of the checkmate. Donner going after the referee. I would hit the referee with the checkmate. That had to have been a 3 count. Hunter usually says the checkmate only takes 1, but not tonight. As Tyler Sparks kicks out of a checkmate. Under a hook, suplex with the pin bridge. 1, only a 1 count. You know what I'm noticing here, folks, is Jordon Gunner would be a hell of an athlete and competitor in the Catchpoint division, had it if he were to be a part of it, but he gets caught with an insecurity by Tyler Sparks, knocking any thoughts out with the head. I wonder what Jordon Gunner's strategy is tonight. I mean, he's going against Tyler Sparks, who he's going to be facing in the tag team match at Pray for Peace September 24th, and he just gets some knees driven right into his face. As I say that, you got to think, if Jordon Gunner were to lose tonight, what does that do to his mentality going in to the tag team championship match? I mean, this is a one-on-one match, but you got to think momentum will go in Tyler Sparks' favor. If you were to get a victory over Jordon Gunner, I mean, that's just impressive in itself. Seeing as it doesn't happen and decide to say that, Gunner with a roll-up 1, only a 1 count, Tyler Sparks kicking out. Both of these men, this is pretty even competition. I mean, Gunner has the history and the accolades, but Tyler Sparks has the heart and soul that he's bringing to Gunner right now in the exchange of strikes. Right hand by Gunner. Right hand by Tyler Sparks. Hopefully doesn't break a nail in Gunner's face. Both men. Gunner. Tyler Sparks dodges it, and so does Gunner. Both men are giving it their all. Enziguri by Tyler Sparks. It's wrestlers like Gunner that Tyler Sparks blames for holding him back all this time in his wrestling career. It's not easy to look like Tyler Sparks in this industry and not be bullied or ridiculed or not taken seriously, but Tyler Sparks is forcing us to take him seriously as he's going for the pin over Jordon Gunner. Only a 1 count. Tyler Sparks is a breakout star in that community in professional wrestling, in my opinion. You will not find a better wrestler than Thomas Sparks and or Sensational E. As he goes for another roll-up pin, compromising position Gunner's in. You know Gunners hates that. What is he setting up for? Going for a lightning punch and gets caught by Gunner. Here it comes, the rolling death bang driver by Jordon Gunner going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. A kick out by Tyler Sparks on Jordon Gunner. Gunner again going after the referee. A referee and Jordon Gunner are arguing, but in that time, Tyler Sparks is slowly recovering. I mean, Gunner's taking his eye off the ball here, and that's very dangerous. You don't want to underestimate Tyler Sparks. Gunner misses a punch. Oh, he gets it. Tyler Sparks dodges. Wait a minute. The snap, shatter, neck breaker, and he hits it. Tyler is going up to the top rope yet again. Wait a minute, and another sensational splash. Shout out to his tag team partner. Going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Jordon Gunner. Gunner staying in this match. Look back at any Jordon Gunner match. It's not very easy to put him away. It's going to take a lot more damage to Jordon Gunner to put him away tonight. As Tyler Sparks is wearing down the head and neck of Jordon Gunner using that headstand headlock. This is a series of kicks, and wait a minute, Gunner back on some striking offense, calling elbow tie-up, and wait a minute. What is this? Nice suplex by Jordon Gunner. Calling up before the discus kick. It's just a big boot. There's the showboating Gunner's known for. Wait, now what's he doing? He's not going for what I think he's going for, is he? Oh my God! A shooting star press by Jordon Gunner. 1, 2, and a kick out by Tyler Sparks. What a move by Gunner. Wait a minute. The roll up. Tyler Sparks has 1, 2, 3. Tyler Sparks has just pinned Jordon Gunner. What a match. Here are the replays of earlier in this whole match, the series of roll-up pins. Oh my God. What a match. Tyler Sparks' impressive maneuver here, shoving Gunnar's face where the sun doesn't shine and kicking him off. What a match by both of these men. Don't miss out, folks. September 24th, Jordon Gunner and Casey Grams will defend the SE World Tag Team Championships against Zest Fest at Pray for Peace, September 24th. There we go, the Canadian heels. That was almost a pin. Misses the boot and gets caught with the rolling on Pretty Her. Tyler Sparks, say what you will about him. You may not agree with his lifestyle or agree with his choices that he's made in his life, but you cannot take the fight out of the dog. You cannot take that away from him as he gets hit with everything Gunner has in the arsenal. A check knee, a rolling Death Valley driver, a shooting star press that he hasn't hit in a while. Gunner was able to bust that out, and it still wasn't enough to lay down Tyler Sparks. Here's a shooting star press. What a beautiful maneuver by Gunner. Gunner is very known for that shooting star press, and he's a bigger man. He's not a high flyer. He's not a small man. He's still able to hit it, but then he get caught by a roll-up by Tyler Sparks. Something straight out of the Jordon Gunner playbook. You gotta think maybe Tyler Sparks did his homework tonight, or for tonight. Another look at that shooting star press. Congratulations, Tyler Sparks, and hopefully Sensational E can get well in the medical facility. Tyler Sparks Seriously versus Casey Graves and Jordon Gunner for the World Tag Team Championships at Tie the Piece. Coming up next, we have the natural Leigh Anderson, SC's biggest signing ever in SCA history, versus Mason Briggs, the henchman of Will Dingle, newest member of the faction Exordium. Very excited to see what Leigh Anderson brings to the table. It's been years we've been trying to get him into SCA, and tonight's the night he steps from through the doors onto the canvas. And we got some words from him earlier today. We're going to take a look at what he said. But wait a minute, that's not Leigh Anderson, that's King Kai. What is he doing out here?
Let me remind all of you oxygen-wasting nobodies exactly what happened at Full Circle. I beat Jacob Jordon clean, set of the ring. No tricks, no shortcuts, just me, King Kai. Proving once again that I am the greatest wrestler this company has ever seen. Jacob Jordon, the so-called #1 contender, beat him. Prince P, the so-called champion, laid him out like trash too. So what does that make me, huh? Not a contender, not a side character, not some stepping stone. It makes me the real SCA World Champion. So if the new commissioner of SCA, or Prince P, or anyone in the back has a problem with that, tough. Already proved I'm better than both of them. This world title match, I pray for peace. I'm not just entering it, I'm headlining it, and I'm walking out ass.
Listen to this loud mouth run his mouth like he invented the damn microphone. Son, you're out here flexing like you run this joint. And let me tell you something, brother. You ain't earned nothing. That world title shot, they ain't happening because you deserve it. It's happening because Prince B says happening. That's it. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. I saw what you did at Full Circle. You're talented, sure. But you're also a disrespected little peacock with a big mouth and a bad attitude. And my SCA, we don't reward punks, we humble them. So here's the deal, Kai. You got your triple threat, pray for peace. You can talk all the trash you want. Hell, you can even wear that fake crown of yours to the ring. But make no mistake there, cowboy. If you try to pull any of your little slick tricks again, old Chuck Storm's gonna make sure your kingdom falls personally.
Whoa! Chuck Storm throwing down the gauntlet and, wow, returning the disrespect back to King Chuck. He's the layout King Kai. That's Chuck Storm, ladies and gentlemen, our new SCA commissioner. We'll be right back, folks.
3 men, 1 championship, a collision course that cannot be stopped. Prince P, the reigning champion, a king in his own right. But with the world closing in, every challenger sees his crown as their prize. Jacob Jordon, the technical assassin, a man who can twist limbs and break wills. Hungry, relentless, and determined to prove he is the greatest wrestler alive. And King Kai, a former friend, a brother in arms, now driven by rage and ambition. A man who has made it clear nothing comes before the SCA World Championship. One night, one match. 3 men collide in a triple threat where there are no friends, no alliances, only survival. At Pray for Peace, the war for supremacy reaches its breaking point. Who will lead as the SCA World Champion?
And that is going to be the Pray for Peace main event. A triple threat SCA Championship match. Prince P defending against his long-term rival, King Kai, and number 1 contender, Jacob Jordon. If he can do the walkout and retain the SCA World Championship, we'll find out September 24th. Cannot wait to see that match. But we also have, coming up next, the natural Leigh Anderson, SCA's biggest signing in SCA history. He finally put pen to paper and made it official. He is now a member of the SCA roster, and he will compete against Mason Briggs, who also makes his debut tonight, though a henchman of Will Dingle. We have some words from Leigh Anderson, and that's coming up now. Kai disrupted that. We're supposed to see what he had to say a few minutes ago, but this is from earlier today.
SCA. Wow. It's been a long time coming. I know most of you don't know who I am. You don't know my name or my past, and that's fine. Because I didn't come here to dwell on where I've been. I came here to show you where I'm going. It's been years of back and forth, trying to get ink to paper and my boots to this canvas. And now, it's finally happening. I've heard the whispers, the praise and the trash talk, the warnings of SCA. But I don't take another man's word as gospel. I don't live off hearsay. I'm here to find out what this place is really about on my own terms. So let's make this next part perfectly clear. My name is the natural Leigh Anderson. I was born in the slums of Cleveland, Ohio, and I grew up fighting for everything. Respect, survival, and the shot at something bigger. So now I'm here to take what's mine. I'm here to get money and burn ships.
And that was Leigh Anderson, folks. Coming out first, we have Mason Briggs of Exordium, a newest member of the Will Dingle Brigade. The sturdy bastard cost Johnny Rolando a match and also attacked him backstage earlier today. Mason Briggs is a big boy. You can see the size difference between him and Dingle, and you can see why Dingle hired him on to be a bodyguard. But it won't be Will Dingle competing tonight. It'll be Mason Briggs taking on the big, oh, natty daddy, as Chuck Storm says, the natural Leigh Anderson. SCA's biggest signing yet to date, a sign. Leigh Anderson being a hell of an athlete, being quick to catch for SCA, being at the right time. Mason Briggs, look at this guy. He's a meatball of a man. But here's who I'm excited to see. It's Leigh Anderson. I've been looking forward to having him in SCA for a very long time, and out he comes, the highly anticipated debut of the natural here tonight, SCA Relentless. Chuck Storm personally going out of the way to sign this man, as one of the first things he did as acting SCA commissioner was sign this man, and by God, he has my vote. Leigh Anderson. Look how big this guy is. He hails from the slums of Ohio, specifically Cleveland. He's hoping to represent his city well tonight here in San Francisco, California, the first ever SCA Relentless in this first ever match. Wow, look at this guy. Leigh Anderson, everybody. If you didn't know the name before tonight, you're gonna know it by the end. I guarantee it. This man is the hell of an athlete and a hell of a performer, and he is here to burn ships. Mason Briggs from England and Leigh Anderson from Cincinnati, Cleveland. This matchup is underway and a collar and elbow tie-up. Look at the size between these men. I don't know if the ring's going to be able to hold Leigh Anderson, the taller of the two, but... Oh no, go behind. Wait a minute. Both of these men jockeying for position. Leigh Anderson finds himself on the ground. Quite surprising this early on. Look at those big tree trunk legs around the neck. Like a snake around Mason Briggs. An anaconda grip with those legs around the neck of Mason Briggs. Cutting off oxygen. Mason Briggs able to get out of it. And a belly-to-belly suplex by Briggs early on, taking the big man down. This is the chop. Irish whip. And a banger ring by Leigh Anderson. Oh, look at this little bastard. Look at Will Dingle, this dirty flat cap wearing bastard, this fake teeth, horse, donkey denture, little SOB. Always has to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. He is ruining the debut of Leigh Anderson. But Leigh Anderson's not letting us stop him, but Mason Briggs is, as he was able to play possum and knock down Leigh Anderson. Oh my God, dad whip position. What is he going for? Powerbomb, the Briggs powerbomb. Going for the pin. 1, 2, oh my God. What a move. What a way to hit a powerbomb, but he's up on the top rope. Dangerous position. Leigh Anderson back up to his feet. Oh my God, the red right hand, it's all over. The red right hand, 2, 3, Leigh Anderson dominating Mason Briggs with one red right hand. But here is earlier tonight, early in the match, the belly in the belly, and then the bangerang was right before Will Dingle, the dirty little bastard, had to get involved, and then it led up to this power bomb. Oh my, what an impressive power bomb. 1, 2, and then a kick out by Leigh Anderson. Let's take a look at this power bomb again. What an impressive maneuver by Mason Briggs, but that didn't mean nothing to Leigh Anderson as he cashed the check with the red right hand. and picking up his first ever win in his first ever match on SCA Relentless. Hell of a victory on your first night, Leigh Anderson. Let's take a look at this again. Off the top rope, right to the dome piece of Mason Briggs. Leigh Anderson getting the win in his first ever SCA match. Welcome to Relentless, Mr. Leigh Anderson. He's repping his city proud tonight as he picked up the win over the evil big bastard, Mason Briggs. Will Dingle's gotta be shitting and pressing himself outside of ringside. He's getting a little antsy out there. Congratulations to Leigh Anderson, and thank you, Chuck Storm, for making this happen. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Mason Briggs entered the ring. Maybe a show of sportsmanship. Oh, a low blow. Is anybody from England a reputable human being? Because it seems that's a running theme here in SCA. That's just not the case. He just hit Leigh Anderson where the sun does not shine on his jam view, totally tampering with it. He has sabotaged Leigh Anderson's night. No. We saw this at Full Circle with Johnny Rolando. They're going to take Leigh Anderson out in his first night in SCA? How despicable are these pieces of... Oh my god! We need a referee, we need bodyguards, we need the National Guard, we need ice, we need somebody. Get these guys out of the ring. And look at Will Dingle, the chair's as big as he is. Oh my god. Will Anderson in his debut. Wait a minute. It can't be, he was attacked earlier. It's Johnny Rolando. Johnny Rolando's to the rescue. He's fighting off Will Dingle and Mason Briggs. Rolando just saved Leigh Anderson of suffering the same fate as him. He still has the knee brace on. Rolando helped Leigh Anderson back up. Leigh Anderson obviously grateful. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us on SCA Relentless. We will see you next time at the Catchpoint Championship Tournament starting. I'm Court Marshall. Thanks for watching SCA.